With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Mountaineer Grill and Pub offers many daily specials, including Trivia Night Monday, Karaoke Tuesday, Steak Night Wednesday and Sunday, Thursday night Boneless Wing Night, and on Friday and Saturday nights, there'll be a DJ and or karaoke. And remember, Monday through Friday, happy hour, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., $2 domestic bottles and $2.50 domestic drafts.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Has she been naughty? And has she been nice? That's a dilemma, my friend. What do? Santa actually checks his list twice to find out who's naughty and nice. The point we may have been missing is that naughty and nice is a good thing. I'm Lori from Bechtel Jewelers. If she's been naughty and nice, get in here. Let her know that her behavior has not gone unnoticed, not by Santa and not by you. Bechtel Jewelers, Route 11 South, Inwood. Something nice for the woman who is that and so much more.
WVU Heart and Vascular Institute offers world-class heart care close to home. Our board-certified physicians are performing groundbreaking procedures using cutting-edge techniques, and that's why we're expanding our services to every corner of our region, so you don't have to travel far to receive the great specialty care you deserve close to home. We're now accepting new patients at all 4 convenient locations in Martinsburg, Hagerstown, Shepherdstown, and Winchester. WVU Heart and Vascular Institute, world-class heart care close to home.
It's time for the excitement of NCAA Division II basketball featuring the Shepherd University Rams and the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. Today's game is sponsored by Bechtel Jewelers, Brown's Funeral Home and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, Hagerstown Ford, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Mirius Group of Ameriprise Financial Advisors, CMA Honda of Winchester, the Mountaineer Pub, the Neon Moon Tavern, Orsini's Home Store, the Palace Lounge, Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, Smallwood and Small Insurance, the Sutton and Janelle Law Firm, and WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Center. Now, let's send it out to the Butcher Athletic Center on the campus of Shepherd University and join our TV10 broadcast crew for the game.
Welcome out to the Butcher Center here on the campus of Shepherd University as we get you ready for another Shepherd, or our first Shepherd basketball doubleheader of the season, as it'll start with women's and then go to men's. Tip-off for women's set for 5:30, men's around 7:30 as Slippery Rock, the Rock, comes to town. Spencer DeVoy joined alongside Dylan Bishop. And Dylan, our first broadcast here on TV10, WRNR TV on YouTube this season for Shepherd Hoops. And we're going to start with the women's team. And this women's team, obviously, it's more of a rebuilding year under first-year head coach Julie Kaufman, as head coach Jenna Eckleberry departed for Frostburg. And along with a lot of the players did end up departing. So a lot of this team that's returning, it's really only returning 2 players that saw solid minutes last year.
Yeah, first of all, I'm really excited to be here on the broadcast with you for the first time. Spent the last 3 years sitting down at the first row of these wooden bleachers right across from the Shepherd bench every game that I could, so it's fun to be here up on the broadcast finally. But yeah, you're right, Spencer. This is a completely different team than we saw last year from Shepherd Women's Hoops. You've lost not just your coach, but you graduated the 2nd and 5th all-time leading scorers in school history in Sydney Clayton and Marley McLaughlin, and neither of those players last year led the team in scoring. That was Abby Beeman, who has transferred to Marshall University and is putting up big numbers over there.
Yeah, big jump to a D1 program from D2, and shown that she probably could have gone D1 out of high school if it wasn't for going to a small school, a single-A school in West Virginia.
Absolutely. Those 3 players combined for 53 points per game last season. big production loss there. Not just that, you lost Hannah Myers, your defensive stopper. You lost Maddie White off the bench, gave you 3 minutes. Angela DiLorenzo. They lost a lot of production last year. Like you said, the only players that really got minutes last year, Megan Shipley and Kara Miner, those are really the only big-time producers from last year's team that are back. Sydney Bowles got some minutes here and there off the bench, but really it's just that the one senior on this roster, Kara Miner, and the one starter from last year, Megan Shipley, who started as a freshman. So that's
and that was one of the points that I was going to get to, Dylan, was when you look at a player like Megan Shipley, is she was pretty successful last year because she had to be, because they needed another player to step up, and she was the player to step up coming right out of high school up in Middletown, Maryland. And, you know, there were at times where she was just in there for the minutes. She didn't really score a lot last year, and she definitely learned a lot, and it's coming to fruition right now as she's so far through 5 games. She's leading the team, averaging 10.4 points a game.
And she's playing really well. Last year, she was really just like a lane filler, a hustle player, defense on the other end. She would just kind of run she was really good at running the floor, getting down on fast breaks, getting those passes from Abby Beeman, and scoring in transition. This year, taking 8 shots a game, shooting 53% from the field, 50% from 3, although she only takes 1 a game, 71% from the free throw line, about 30 minutes. So she's really stepped up as one of the key contributors. She's added some off-the-dribble stuff to her game this year that she didn't really get to show off last year when she was at most the number 4 scoring option on the team.
And, you know, when you look at the rest of this roster, players that were on this team last year but really didn't see very many minutes, if any. Alyssa Turner, sophomore from Dumfries, Virginia, a forward, number 10. Then you go down, Madison Mertz, number 12, a guard, a junior guard out of Maryland. Then you keep going down, Jordan Carr, sophomore out of Charlestown, right around the corner from here. And then Sydney Bowles was the other player. She didn't really see a lot of playing time, and she actually thought about leaving, if I'm correct.
Yeah, Sydney Bowles did enter the transfer portal, but then ended up coming back to Shepherd.
And, you know, she's going to get the start, most likely, along with Miner and Shipley, and then you bring in a few new players, and you bring in that have really made solid contributions. Kendall Haggerty, a junior transfer from CCBC College in Maryland, and then Peyton Grant, a freshman out of Maine.
Right, coming over from Maine down to Shepherdstown, West Virginia. Plymouth, Maine, of all places, the only true freshman on this team.
Yeah, so there's a lot to, you know, work with here, but obviously you have some transfers. I just mentioned Haggerty. You also have the Miller sisters, Narisha and Teresha, both transferring from Alderson Broadus, and then Riley Bolyard, a sophomore, transferring from Meredith College, and then De'Ara Hairston, a sophomore from Martinsburg, transferring home from Concord.
Right, yeah, this is a lot of new faces here that are stepping into new roles. Peyton Grant has really been the impressive one for me so far, kind of being the starting point guard on this team. Fascinating enough, all of the starting 5 for this women's team either averaging 8 or 9 shots a game. No one has really stepped up as the main scorer on this team in terms of the number of shots that they take. Obviously, we mentioned Megan Shipley, the leading scorer at 10.4, but Kara Miner also 9.6, Sydney Bowles at 9.4. Peyton Grant, though, she's taking 6 3-pointers a game, and she's been really, really good at hitting those shots, 44% from three-point range so far this season. Has yet to miss a free throw as well. She's been averaging 9 points in 32 minutes. Now, one thing is they're not really a leading facilitator on this team so far. She's leading the team in assists as the starting point guard, but only at 2.6 a game. So that's something to watch out for. Who can be that facilitator, taking the role of Abby Beeman from last year, which is big shoes to fill.
Yeah, obviously a lot of big shoes to fill, but something that, you know, is rather an interesting take, but it's obviously the philosophy of the game that Coach Kaufman brings. Is you look at all 5 starters, they're averaging over 6.2 points a game. That is not something that we really saw from all 5 starters last year, where you really just had your big 3 that averaged, I would say above, I think it was 7.5 points a game. And then, you know, a lot of the players that saw time had 3, 4, 5 points a game.
Right, yeah, last year's team was heavily dominated, as I mentioned, over 53 points a game last year between Beeman, McLaughlin, and Clayton. None of those other players really took many shots. It just wasn't their role. If you have 3 great scorers on the team, there's no reason you can't get one of those 3 a good shot on any possession. But now this is a completely different team, different coaches, different players outside of just a couple. So they've really been spreading the ball around. I think they've been trying to just feel themselves out, in real time. This is, again, outside of these 3 players that got minutes last year, they have not seen the court for Shepherd basketball in meaningful minutes. So there's still a lot of team chemistry stuff to work out on the court that you're not always going to be able to just do through practicing. You got to get those in-game reps in. So they still got some stuff to figure out who's going to step up as that primary scorer and what they can continue to do as the season goes on.
And what we'll do right now is we will step aside for our first break. On the other side of this break, we'll continue to break down this matchup. You're tuned in to Shepherd Women's Hoops on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. Back in 2 minutes.
You've been in an accident. Why won't the insurance company pay? Because they're trying to save money at your expense. Call Mansion Ferretti for your free consultation. We have the experience to deal with the insurance company and get you the compensation you deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
The holidays are for making memories, and Honda can help you make them. Whether it's a ski trip in a versatile HRV, a night out in a sporty Civic, or seeing the lights in a stylish Accord.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Make memories during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic SI.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Welcome back to the Butcher Center here as we get you set for Shepherd and Slippery Rock women's basketball. Tip-off set for 5:30 here. And this is our first broadcast of the year for Shepherd Hoops. They've played 5 games up to this point. They played a few at home, actually just one at home, and that was the week of Thanksgiving. But, new head coach and Julie Kaufman, and on TV 10 you can see her down on the court. And, she was actually here at one point, Dylan. She was on the staff a few years back, and, she's about 10 years back. She was an assistant coach and recruiting coordinator from 2011 to 2013. During her time, the Rams were ranked 14th in the nation in scoring offense and 17th in field goal percentage. And obviously, it's going to take some time to get back to where everyone knows Shepherd Women's Hoops has been. But it all has to start somewhere when you have a new coach. And I think, personally, the interactions we've had with Coach Kaufman on the show, and I think that this is a good hire because she's been to this program. She knows this program. She's also been to Division I and coached at a Division I program before.
Right. There's kind of a concept that people will talk about, specifically in college sports, of a year zero for a coach. As to say that year one, that you came into such a situation where you kind of just have to give them a year before you even consider, looking at the long-term output of what's going on. You have to just give them a year to get things settled in, and that's exactly what this year is for Coach Kaufman. Like we mentioned, probably about 90% of your minutes and production from the last year's team is gone. She had to go out and find a completely new roster, put it together in just a few
in about
months.
6-7 months.
Right. Just almost no time at all, because, I mean, you had your top 3 players either graduate or transfer. You had all the role players as well graduate or transfer. So, again, as we mentioned, segment 1, you got about 3 players from last year's team that got any sort of minutes. So they had to cobble this together. There's only 1 true freshman on this team, and the rest of the players that weren't left over from last year's roster are all transfers.
She officially took the job. Her official start date was in June. I believe she knew at some point in May and started talking to the players and getting to know all the players. But obviously, when you have a lot going on and a lot of players leaving or graduating or deciding what to do with that year, it's got to be tough when you're coming into this situation, and you kind of have to find players out of nowhere. And, you know, we saw a few players coming in the portal, but they're young players. You know, when we talked to her on the show back in June after she officially got hired, she wanted to build a younger core, and she didn't necessarily do it the way that we thought that was going to happen, because there was a lot of high school seniors that got overlooked because of the COVID years and the transfer portal and everything like that. But you bring in there's 8 sophomores on this team right now, and if you can build that core 2 years down the line, I mean, even some may be here 3 years depending on the years of eligibility they have left, that could build a pretty good team.
Yeah, they have a lot of time with the players that are on this roster here, and that's something that Coach Kaufman said when she talked to us, that she wanted the players that were going to be here for a long time so they could help them grow, they can grow as a team and improve. So, you know, so far this year they haven't won a game, but there's not just all of this year for these players to play together, but for the next few years past this year, they're going to be able to grow together. Players like Megan Shipley started on a NCAA championship tournament team as a freshman and has now been able to step into this role as one of the key contributors on this team. Now, she got to play that year with Marley McLaughlin and Sydney Clayton and Abby Beeman. Kara Miner, the only senior on this team.
Which she's a senior by what she decides on the roster, I believe, because she's still got the COVID year left to decide what she wants to do, but she is
she takes
listed on the roster as a senior.
If she takes a graduate year, she should still have 1 year of eligibility left, since she came in here in 2019. So she's got her and Abby Beeman were inseparable. Players like that, you grow around them, and that you can bring a lot of veteran experience to these young players that are coming in their first year.
Yeah, and, you know, when you look at game-by-game statistics here for Shepherd, first game of the year they fell to Alderson Broaddus 83-67. Then at Frostburg State fell 81-61, fell at Bowie State 78-52, 73-62 losers at home to Lincoln University. And then on Sunday, they fell at Virginia Union 69-49. They're getting outscored by 18.6 points a game. But they're not shooting the ball too bad from 3. They have a 36.4%, comparing to their opponents, making 23.4%. So 3-pointers, if you can run into a really good night of 3-pointers, you can etch out a few wins this season that you may have not thought you'd be able to get.
Yeah, like I mentioned in the first segment, Peyton Grant's taking about 6 3-pointers a game and shooting 44% on them. That's really good. Sydney Bowles is shooting 55% from 3. She's only taking 2 of them a game. You can probably get that if you get that number up. Kara Miner shoots 42% from behind the arc. She takes 4 of them a game so far. And then Megan Shipley is shooting 50%, although she's only been shooting 1 of them a game. So if you can get those numbers up, I think you can really start to do something here, as this looks like a team that has the capability of at least 3 or 4 reliable 3-point shooters, that you get them a few more open looks from behind the arc and they can put up some points. The thing is that they're going to have to find that primary facilitator to be able to get those players those open looks, because if you don't have a point guard to get them there, not everyone's going to be able to create 3-pointers off the dribble. It's a very hard thing to do We saw Abby Beeman make it look so easy last year. She just come off a screen and step back and hit three-pointers from 5 to 10 feet behind the arc, but not everyone can do that. So they're going to have to be able to manufacture more open three-pointers so this team can get those players that have shown so far this year they can shoot them. You got to be able to get them those open looks.
Yeah, you really do. And, you know, we go down some more stats for Shepherd. They're getting out-rebounded by 13 a game. Obviously, you don't want that, turning it over 12 more times than your opponent. Those are just young team things that are going to happen as a young team. And you're just going to have to mature over time and get past those things.
Yeah, and part of that is the roster. It's kind of been a problem for Shepherd even in the last few years of Coach Eckleberry, where outside of Sydney Clayton, this team didn't have a lot of size. The only players on this team over 6 foot are the Miller twins. You have Kara Miner coming in at 5'11", and Sydney Bowles just a few inches short of 6 foot as well. Sydney Bowles has been taking the opening tip-off so far this year, and she's far more of a wing player, small forward type in my mind. So for that kind of shows you the lack of size that this team kind of has. There's ways to manufacture the stuff around that, be able to get rebounds. Hey, you got to box out. You got to really put effort in on the boards to be able to make up for your lack of size.
Yeah, and that's going to be a big key tonight. What we'll do now is we'll step aside for a quick break. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Break down Slippery Rock here as we inch ever so closer to tip-off here from the Butcher Center between Shepherd and Slippery Rock, set for 5:30. We'll be back after this 2-minute break. You're tuned into Shepherd Women's Hoops on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Brown Funeral Home is proud to be one of the hundreds of veterans and family memorial care providers across America participating in the 13th annual Christmas Stockings for Soldiers and Veterans Initiative. From now through December 1st, please stop into the funeral home and pick up a free Christmas stocking. You may stop by the funeral home Monday through Friday between the hours of 9 a.m. and 7 p.m. to pick up your stocking to take home, decorate, and stuff with Christmas cheer. You will receive a list of recommended items along with the free stocking. Brown Funeral Home will deliver the stocking at their expense to troops abroad and veterans here at home in time for Christmas. Brown Funeral Home is located at 327 West King Street in Martinsburg.
You've been in an accident. Why won't the insurance company pay? Because they're trying to save money at your expense. Call Mansion Ferretti for your free consultation. We have the experience to deal with the insurance company and get you the compensation you deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
Hi, I'm Annette McDonald, and I am the designer at Orsini's in Martinsburg, West Virginia. We welcome you into our store to show you a complete line of what we do here. We design your cabinetry, quartz countertops, granite countertops, hardware, anything for the full remodel of your kitchen and your home needs. We also do bathrooms, and we have flooring available too. We make sure that your project with Orsini's is the best in the market. Welcome to Orsini's.
Orsini's.com. Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Mountaineer Grill and Pub offers many daily specials, including Trivia Night Monday, Karaoke Tuesday, Steak Night Wednesday and Sunday, Thursday night Boneless Wing Night, and on Friday and Saturday nights there'll be a DJ and or karaoke. And remember, Monday through Friday, happy hour, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., $2 domestic bottles and $2.50 domestic drafts.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Welcome back to the Butcher Center here as we're about 8 minutes away from tip-off between Shepherd and Slippery Rock women's basketball, set for 5:30. I'm Spencer Fee, joined alongside Dylan Bishop. Happy to have you with us, crew, this evening. On camera, Braden Schaffner, Nick Verzolini back in the studio, Colin McLaughlin, and then you'll hear Nick for the men's game. Him and I will swap positions. Dylan will be on the broadcast both games. But as we get closer to tip-off, let's talk some Slippery Rock. They come in at 5-1 overall, 2-0 on the road. And they're really led by two sisters.
Yeah, two of their leading three scorers on this team, the Middleton sisters, are both averaging, well, when you look at it, more than any player on Shepherd has so far this year. You come in, first of all, you have Isabella Middleton averaging 20 points a game on 41% from the field, 35% from three. And then Kennedy Middleton as well, who was a transfer from Millersville, coming in at 14 points a game so far. She's been 43% from the field, 47% from three-point range, although it's just taken a few a game there. So this Slippery Rock team has a lot of firepower on offense that is really going to be tough. This Shepherd defense is going to have to really step up and play well tonight.
Yeah, they're really going to have to play well. Another player, Dalia Gibson, transfer from Youngstown State, is second on the team in points at 18.2 points a game. And then not a starter, but has played in 2 games. Not sure if she's going to play tonight. We'll have to see if she's dressed and ready to go. But is Bella Long in 2 games and 37 minutes played. She's averaging, she scored 26 points in 2 games, about 13 points a game. And that could be huge for them off the bench tonight. Emily Vennick gets the start, 96 minutes. She doesn't score all too often. But there's a big drop-off, really, between their top 4 scores and really top 3, because you can't use 2 games out of 6 to do that. There's really a big drop-off. You have 20, 18.2, 14, and then it drops all the way down to 4.
Right, yeah, so interesting here for Slippery Rock. Despite being 5-0, they've been out-rebounded so far this year. They get out-rebounded about 5 boards per game so far this year. So looking down the roster, they have some more height than the Shepherd team does, but even their starting center, Kelly McKnight, is only getting about 4 rebounds a game. So maybe that's going to be something that, even if Slippery Rock's a bit taller, it doesn't look like they really crash the boards like some other teams in the PSAC do. So that might be something that the Rams can take advantage of tonight, with that being one of their weaker points on the team. If they can win the rebound battle against Slippery Rock tonight, they definitely have a lot better chance of winning this game.
They do have a lot better chance if they could do that, but, you know, while we look here, look at some numbers. And Kennedy Middleton, she's got 5 double-doubles. That's second, tied with Emily Weekly, who at one point was a Shepherd commit at Frostburg. Now, for second most in all of Division II so far this season, she's had a double-double in 5 of the 6 games for the Rock.
That's impressive, yeah. So she's really the main rebounder on this team, 9.8 a game to go along with her 14 points. So, I mean, add in that she's shooting 47% from three-point range. Looks like an all-around player that's going to be able to do a lot of different things here against the Rams tonight. She's going to be something that we're going to have to focus on a lot if you're the Rams defense.
That they will. Looking at some team rankings for Slippery Rock in the PSAC, in opponent three-point percentage, they rank 4th. Three-point percentage of their own, they rank 6th. 3 points per game, they rank 7th. Field goal percentage, 8th, along with points per game. Defensive rebounds per game, all ranked 8th, 9th per game in rebounds per game overall. And then Isabel Middleton is 2nd overall in the PSAC in points per game. Kennedy Middleton is 4th in rebounds per game. Dalia Gibson is 6th in points per game. Isabella Middleton is 9th in rebounds and 3-point percentage per game. So a lot of leaders on the Slippery Rock team throughout the PSAC so far this season.
Yeah, Slippery Rock is a team that, you know, depending on the year, they kind of fluctuate up and down from, you know, how much success they have in the PSAC. You know, go back to last year, they weren't really towards the top of the PSAC West. They were just 12-16 overall. They were 7-15 in the conference. It's a tough conference over there. On the women's side in the PSAC West, you got to deal with Cal, especially after they put up a great 2021-2022 season with some of the players that they have over there, like Deja Terrell, and this year they'll have Jordan Smith, the Shepherd transfer, as well.
Yeah, that they will, and we got about 2:30 left until tip-off here, or at least they begin the tip-off facilities. Let's just keep it here, and we'll talk this all-time series. The Rock and the Rams have met just 3 times, dating back to their first meeting in 2004. Shepherd holds a 2-1 lead over Slippery Rock in the all-time series, in addition to a 2-game winning streak against the Rock. And the way these two teams' seasons are going so far, it could be tied after tonight.
Right, but yeah, these teams have been on opposite trajectories so far this season. But you hope coming into this year might end up being a little bit different.
And keys to the game.
I think I've kind of mentioned them in passing so far, but I think this winning the rebounding battle tonight for Shepherd is going to be huge. They're going to have to play really hard defense. And like I said, they're going to have to try to find their shooters those open shots. You're going to have to manufacture them any way you can, because it's not always easy for these players, especially with the players that they have on this roster this year, to get that stuff off the dribble. So they're going to have to see if they can find ways to manufacture those open three-point shooters.
Players to keep an ear out for both squads.
I think we mentioned the Middleton sisters for Slippery Rock. Those are going to be definitely the keys there. And on the side for Shepherd, I think Megan Shipley and Sydney Bowles are really the two. I think Bowles in particular, I've been really fascinated by how much she can add to this team, because we saw Megan Shipley last year. We saw Kara Miner last year. We didn't see much of Sydney Bowles. She would come in garbage time and some late game action here and there, but this is her first year as a full-time contributor to a team.
All right, with that, as we get ever so closer to tip-off, we'll step aside for a 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we will have starting lineups and first tip as we get ready for National Anthem. You're tuned in to Shepherd Women's Hoops on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. Back in 2 minutes.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk.
See dealer for details.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Welcome back here to the Butcher Center as we've got starting lineups as we get you ready for first tip. As they're announcing them right now. Trying to see who. Here we go. We'll start with Slippery Rock, #1, the 5'5" sophomore guard out of Rice Landing, Pennsylvania, Emily Vinnick. Her sister, #2, a 5'6" sophomore guard out of same place, Rice's Landing, Pennsylvania, Kaylin Vinnick. #12, the 5'9" redshirt senior forward out of Leesburg, Virginia, transfer from Millersville, Kennedy Middleton. #14, the 5'9" redshirt sophomore guard out of Leesburg, Virginia, Isabella Middleton. And rounding out the lineup, #20, a 5'6" redshirt senior guard, a transfer from Youngstown State, Dalia Gibson. The Rock are coached by acting head coach Charina Wilson. Now for the Rams, I believe it's the same lineup they've gone with all season so far. That'd be #4, junior guard, transfer from CCBC out of Frederick, Maryland, the 5'9" Kendall Haggerty. The true freshman, 5'6" guard out of Plymouth, Maine, #5, Peyton Grant. The 5'8" sophomore guard out of Middletown, Maryland, #20, Megan Shipley. the 5'11" senior forward out of 100, West Virginia, number 23, Kara Miner, and number 33, the guard forward combo, 5'9" sophomore out of Elkview, is Sydney Bowles. As we get ready for tip-off here, Dylan, Shepherd obviously got a decent crowd out here tonight. And it's their 50th, it is their 50th year as a program, started back in 1972. And I believe this is the night they're really celebrating it.
Right, yeah, it's their first conference game here. And, of course, their second home game overall. The first one was over Thanksgiving break, so there wasn't, necessarily a full crowd, wasn't students on the campus as much as there would normally be. So here's the night for it.
And we've got tip-off as Kennedy Middleton and Sydney Bowles one back for Shepherd as Megan Shipley has it. She passes over to Grant. Grant now over to Miner. Miner gets a screen and she dribble drives in the lane, passes it over to Bowles, and Bowles lays it up and in for the first points of the game. Shepherd on top, 2-0, 9:40 left in this first quarter. Going back the other way now is Middleton. Middleton down low, ball taken away by Miner. Miner up to Shipley. Shipley now dribbles it, tries to set up the offense here, passes it over to Miner. Now over to Haggerty. Over in the corner. Over in the corner is no good. That was a Shipley three-pointer, and we got a jump ball. It'll go towards Slippery Rock.
Well, I like the way that the Rams are moving the ball on offense so far, but you just couldn't quite get that open look to fall there.
Bringing it up court now is Emily Vinnick. Passes over to Kendall Middleton. She passes it back to Kaylin Vinnick. Her three is on the way, no good. Rebounded by Miner. And they've got a foul here. It'll be on Kennedy Middleton as she just came up there and took a hit but didn't get her feet set.
Yeah, I tried to draw the charge there, but it was a little bit of a sloppy effort. Just kind of leaned into it.
Yeah, just kind of went over there and didn't set the feet yet. Shepherd will have the ball now. Grant has it. She passes now over to Haggerty. Haggerty gets a screen. Passes it over to Shipley. Shipley now in the corner for Miner for three, and that one's off the mark, no good, but rebounded by Grant. Grant now will pass over to Bowles. Bowles. Bowles lays it up and in. Shepherd up 4-0 now. 8:28 left in this first quarter.
Nice start. Like I said, Bowles can do some scoring here.
A three on the way from Isabella Middleton, no good, but rebounded by her sister, Kennedy Middleton, and a three on the way again, no good, rebounded this time by Bowles. Bowles now down the court. She'll pass to Shipley, but the pass is tipped, and I believe it will go off the Rams.
Let's say that was out on Bowles there. Or last touch by Shipley, I believe.
Yes.
I think that's the only thing that could have happened there, unless no one touched it, which I don't think is the case. I like them pushing in transition there. Just got to get a slightly better pass.
Vinnick has it. She's setting up the offense here. Brings a player up. That is Kelly McKnight. Passes it over to Middleton. Her three is good. That's from Isabella Middleton. Makes it 4-3. Rams still on top. Shipley gets it into Shipley. She turns it over. And now Vinnick is wide open to the basket. She lays that one up. No good. Rebound fought for by Haggerty. Gets it now over to Grant. Grant's deep three on the way, and that's through. Shepherd up 7-3 here. 7:30 left in this first quarter. Shepherd coming to play so far tonight, Dylan.
Yeah, Peyton Grant has been great all year shooting three-pointers. I think she's the main sharpshooter on this squad. And I don't mind her pulling up in transition there when she's going to make them.
Now coming in for Shepherd is Madison Mertz. As Shipley comes out, she'll talk with head coach Julie Kaufman. Vinnick will inbound it to Kennedy Middleton. Kennedy Middleton dribble drives, picks up her dribble, passes down low to McKnight. McKnight tries to put that one up. The layup is good, makes it 7-5, 7:12 left in the first quarter. Bowles has it now. She passes it. She's got to get it past the timeline. Does Mertz. Mertz stuck in the corner. And it'll be Vinnick with it down to the hoop. Ball is deflected out of the air by Haggerty, but I think they're going to call a foul here, Dylan. That they do. They call it on Haggerty.
Yeah, so far a lot of teams have played that sort of half-court, three-quarters court trap defense against the Rams because they don't have that Abby Beeman type player anymore that's been able to be that really reliable person to bring the ball up the court as a ball handler.
Kaylin Vinnick at the line. Her first shot up is good. Makes it 7-6. Kaylin Vinnick now 4 of 5 on the season from the charity stripe. Make that 5 of 6. Makes it a tie ball game at 7. Playing a little trap here. Bowles gets it up past half court to Mertz. Mertz now over to Grant. Over to Minor. Back to Grant. Now Mertz has it. Dribble drive. It stops the dribble drive. Grant's three is on the way, and it's good. Peyton Grant feeling it from long range early.
And that's what I mean by manufacturing shots. She came off the screen, the pin down there, and was able to get that open look.
An air ball three from Kaylin Vinnick out of bounds. It'll be Shepherd ball up 10-7, 6:30 left in this first quarter. Shepherd brings it up. That is Grant. Grant going to run the offense here as De'Ara Hairston, the Martinsburg native, gets in the ball game here. Passes it now, and it'll be
I believe she stepped out of bounds.
Stepped out of bounds, yeah. So it'll be a turnover. Now it'll be Rock ball. Vinnick brings it up past half court, setting up the offense. Passes it over to Isabella Middleton. She'll dribble drive in for a jump shot, no good. Ball is fought for on the ground. It's going to be a jump ball, should go to Shepherd. Jump ball got by De'Ara Hairston.
It's good hustle right there to be able to get that ball. That's what I mean. When you don't have the size, you got to fight for those loose balls like that.
Minor inbounds to Hairston. Hairston over to Grant. Grant now to Minor. Minor over to Mertz for three. That one's off the mark, no good. And stepping out of bounds there was Bowles.
Listen, with the final scores of some of these games this team has played so far this year haven't looked good. But a lot of times, this team has come into fourth quarters incredibly competitive. That first game against Alderson Broadus, they lost by 16. They were winning with 2 minutes left in the third quarter. It was very close for much of the fourth as well.
Middleton dribble drives in. She lays it up, and that one's off the glass and in. Makes it 10-9. Hairston getting trapped here. She'll get around the trap, and she'll get past half court. Passes it over to Grant. Grant dribble drives in, and she's going to have the ball thrown back to Hairston. Hairston now to Grant. Grant from three. That one's through. Peyton Grant, another three. Shepherd on top, 13-9. She's now got 9 points in the contest.
She's got to keep her eyes up, though. Look out for those open teammates she had. Ended up with a good result, though.
Deep three on the way. This time from Kennedy Middleton, and that's good. Makes it a 1-point ball game, 13-12. Trap in once again. Mertz has it. Over in the corner to Grant. Another spot up three. That one's no good. Rebounded by Middleton. Middleton taking it back the other way. Shepherd's got has number safely on defense. Vinnick now. And tips out of the hands of Isabella Middleton as sub coming on for Peyton Grant. But we've hit the media timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're tuned into Shepherd Hoops on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. Back in 30 seconds.
You've been in an accident. Why won't the insurance company pay? Because they're trying to save money at your expense. Call Mansion Ferretti for your free consultation. We have the experience to deal with the insurance company and get you the compensation you deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
Welcome back to the Butcher Center here on the campus of Shepherd University. Spencer Quidil and Bishop, happy to have you with us. Crew this evening, Nick Verzolini on camera along with Braden Schaffner, Colin McLaughlin back in the studio. And Dylan, Shepherd on top 13-12, and really it's 9 points coming from Peyton Grant.
Yeah, she's been great so far this entire season. In those first 5 games, she's been shooting 44% from the three-point line on 6 attempts a game. That's big-time volume and scoring right there. And she's shown it so far, making her first 3 three-pointers of the game.
Reset the court for the Rams. It's Grant, Hairston, Shipley, Theresia Miller, along with Madison Mertz. Hairston has it. She's going to hand it off to Grant. Grant now over to Shipley. Back to Grant. Grant decides to not dribble drive in. Gets off the screen from Miller. Now over to Mertz. Mertz dribble drive, spins around a defender, and that ball is blocked. Going back the other way now is Slippery Rock. That's Middleton. Middleton lays it up and in or out, no good. And Hairston gets a rebound, and she is fouled.
That's not a bad foul to take there when the game was starting to get really sped up, and you might have gotten some bad numbers in your favor there for Slippery Rock on the way back.
Second team foul for Slippery Rock into Hairston. Hairston being challenged by Vinnick. She'll pass it over to Grant. Grant now to Mertz, who's bodied by her defender. She dribble drives around, and she'll pass over to Shipley. Shipley now down low to Miller. Miller's layup no good. Rebounded there.
That was a nice pass by Shipley.
By Christina Donza. Now over to Vinnick. Vinnick takes it down low. Passes it to Middleton. Now at the top of the key for Donza. Her three is on the way, no good. Rebounded there by McKnight. That ball's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to be Shepherd basketball.
Just a little bit of sloppy play there. What we've seen, Shepherd has not really been able to get a whole lot off the dribble so far, and that's going to be one of the things for this team the entire season. Who can score off the dribble?
Mertz comes out. Haggerty comes back in. Layup.
And that's been the one answer so far this year, Megan Shipley.
Yeah, Megan Shipley lays that one up and in. Shepherd on top by 3, 15-12. Triple on the way from Middleton. That's no good, but rebounded by her sister in Isabella Middleton. That one's good. Makes it 15-14, a 1-point ball game here. Hairston bodied. Another foul.
And they're starting to get a little sloppy on the Slippery Rock side.
Minor comes back in, this time for Grant, so Grant will get a little breather.
I like that substitution. You take Grant off the court, you bring Minor back in, you still have the same amount of three-point shooting on the floor.
And you give Grant a little break, who's the leading scorer tonight with 9. Shepherd bringing the ball down. Miller tried to get it, unfortunately. Oh, it'll go off of a Slippery Rock player. Minor inbounds it to Shipley. Shipley picked up her dribble. Ball's picked off by Middleton. Isabella Middleton running the court. Her layup is up and off the iron and in.
I'm surprised she didn't get the and one there.
Minor has it now as she will pop a 3. That one banks in. I guess the bank is open on Friday night here. It's an 18-16 lead for the Rams.
That's been the main thing Kara Minor's been able to contribute this team her entire time here, is that three-point shooting.
I thought banking hours closed at 5. I guess not.
Not tonight.
For Kara Minor.
Not in the Butcher Center.
3 on the way from Middleton's no good. Rebounded by Minor. Minor will take it back the other way. Try to get fast break going. She'll slow it down over to Shipley. Shipley now in the corner for Hairston. Her 3 is on the way, and that's straight through. Shepherd, back-to-back threes up 21-16, 1:49 left in this first quarter.
They are making it rain in this first quarter.
It'll get brought down by Jada Ward, who's entered the contest. She'll get fouled. She'll go to the line as they... Well, no. I thought they said she was in the shooting motion, but not.
That's what it seemed like in real time.
As Miller comes out and Bowles comes back in. will be inbounded in the corner. A three on the way. That one from Christina Dozer is good. Makes it 21-19. 1:30 left in this first quarter.
Just a tiny mental lapse there left them open in the corner for three.
Hairston has it. She will pass it to Bowles. Bowles decides to dribble drive in. Ball's taken away. She gets it back, but then it's taken away once again. Slippery Rock's got numbers. Down low to Middleton. Middleton's shot is no good. Rebound fought for, but got back by Donza. Now setting up the offense is Bella Long. Now a three on the way from Donza. That one's through. Makes it 22-21. Slippery Rock on top, under a minute left in this first quarter.
You're gonna have to get out on her, and you got to calm down with these passes. A lot of turnovers so far.
Hairston has it, deciding what to do with the offense. I think she doubled. She get fouled?
Looks like a foul on the floor.
I thought there was going to be a steps call.
So it looks
but
like
it'll be on Bella Long.
Looks like we're going to free throws now.
Yeah, Hairston will shoot. She is 4 of 6. Well, I guess they won't. They'll take it away.
I was going to say, it was only the fourth foul of the quarter for Slippery Rock. The bonus is usually at 5.
Yeah.
So,
Minor inbounds it to Haggerty. Haggerty will pass over to Hairston. Hairston passes back to Haggerty. Her three is on the way, and that one's off the mark. No good. Rebounded by Shipley. Shipley back to Hairston, and Hairston travels or what?
They whistle from the official. This might be a clock. Official. This might be a clock issue. They're going to the scorer's table. He didn't make a call as for a travel or anything like that. Looks like side out here. Ball stays with Shepherd.
That was rather confusing.
We'll see if they make any changes to the clock. It's currently at 44.9 seconds left in the quarter, 20 on the shot clock.
Are they going to bring both the coaches in?
They're bringing the officials in, at the very least. One of them.
What? This is very interesting.
Yeah, it's hard from here to tell exactly what this discussion's about. Because they kind of just stopped the play in mid-action.
I don't know. I thought I saw a walk personally, but I don't know.
I don't think that was the call. No, I think it would be a much simpler discussion if that were it. Possession arrow currently the way of Slippery Rock.
I don't quite get what happened here. Doesn't really make much sense, but it'll be Shepherd basketball.
Yeah, it doesn't appear anything's changed. All right.
Bowles into Minor. Under 43 seconds left in the quarter, over to Hairston. Hairston passes back to Minor. Minor dribble drives in, passes in the corner. Then it'll be back to Hairston, over to Bowles. Bowles will get called with the travel. So it'll be a turnover for Shepherd, down 1 here, 22-21, 32.8 left in the quarter.
That gather step gets called a lot at this Division II level.
And that's what I thought I saw a couple times when I thought I saw that. But it'll be now
more than I think it should.
Really. Ward bringing it up. Going to wait about a 1.5 second difference between shot and game clock here. Wait till it goes down to the very end. 14 and counting left. 12. She'll dribble drive in, pass it over to Long. Her three is on the way, no good. Rebounded by Middleton. Middleton's shot's no good. It'll go out of bounds, and it'll go Slippery Rock's way with 2.7 seconds left, so you can get the ball in and get a three up.
Got to box out, man. This team giving up a lot of offensive rebounds so far.
Inbounding it will be Ward. Ward inbounds it to Middleton. Her shot is blocked, and that'll be the end of the first quarter with Slippery Rock on top 22-21. We'll head to the second quarter after this 60-second break. You're tuned into Shepherd Women's Hoops on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube back in 60.
Gentlemen, start her engine. Yes, this holiday season, surprise her with the gift that adds fuel, turns her key, and starts her engine with a little box from Bechtel Jewelers. When you hand that little box to her, the key clicks in her ignition. She opens it, and you hear that internal combustion. She puts it on, and her engine catches fire. Then her pedal is all the way down. She kisses you, and zoom, you're burning down the highway of love. Gentlemen, start her engine this holiday season with a gift from Bechtel Jewelers, Route 11 South, Inwood.
Hi, this is Lauren from Orsini's right here in Martinsburg. Grilling is not just for the boys. We are a Platinum Traeger dealer carrying the Pro Series all the way up to the Timberline Series. We have every flavor of wood pellets along with accessories, rubs, sauces. Not just Traeger, we carry Utz, Meat Church, Lanes, and Dizzy Pig. We also carry a full line of Yeti products. Orsini's has everything to complete your backyard. Visit us at 360 Hack Wilson Way or at Orsinis.com.
Welcome back to the Butcher Center here as we get ready to return to action for the second quarter. Spencer Flea joined alongside Dylan Bishop. Happy to have you with us. Cameramen tonight, Braden Schaffner and Nick Verzolini. Back in the studio, Colin McLaughlin here as Slippery Rock is on top by 1, 22-21. And they'll get the ball to start the quarter. Ward now passes it over to Middleton. Middleton's jumper is good, makes it 24-21. Minor had nobody to pass it into. She finally gets it to Shipley. Some miscommunication there. Now over to Haggerty. Back to Shipley. Shipley now gathers it, passes it over to Minor. Minor inside to Bowles. Bowles' turnaround jump shot is no good. Rebounded by Middleton.
It's been a good shot for her so far this year, but couldn't get that one to go.
Will be a turnover. Bowles has it. Now 3 on the way, and that one's no good from Haggerty. Will be going back the other way now. Middleton. Middleton will dribble drive in. That's getting pass it out to her sister. That 3 is on the way, is no good. Rebounded by Minor. Minor now to Haggerty. Haggerty down low to Bowles for a wide open layup. And that's good. 24-23, 8:50 left in this first half of play.
Slippery Rock just fell asleep at the wheel there, getting back on defense.
Ward's going to bring up the offense once again. Trying to set something up here. She'll send it down low to McKnight. McKnight turns around. She's guarded. And it'll draw a foul is Kara Minor.
You can tell that's a matchup they wanted to go to as Kelly McKnight has the size advantage. A great job by Kara Minor to draw the charge there, putting her body on the line.
Sticking those feet into the ground, really, to get the call.
Yep. That's something she's done over the years, too. She's a tough player. She's gone through some adversity. She seems to get hurt at least once a year, too.
And pass to Minor. Gets tipped out of bounds. It'll be another turnover.
Of course, playing tough like that can be the result of it. Another turnover, though. Shepherd lost the turnover battle 8-3 in the first quarter.
Middleton dribble drives around the lane. She'll pass it out to Ward. Ward now over to Donza. It's up and no good. It'll be rebounded, fought for. It'll be a jump ball. It'll be Shepherd ball.
So not only did Shepherd lose the turnover battle in the first quarter, but also Slippery Rock was able to get 6 offensive rebounds on the board. Ended up being evened up rebound-wise 10-10 in the end, though.
Shipley being double-teamed. And the ball gets taken away by Donza. Donza's layup, or over to Ward for her layup, is good. Makes it 26-23, 7:54 left in the half. As Grant gives that one up. Layup is up and no good by Donza, but ball fought for, and it'll be eventually pushed out of bounds, and it'll be Shepherd basketball. I think Shepherd here just needs to slow it down a little bit. Seems like they're going a little too fast.
Yeah, they're getting sped up by the press. This is a situation, these turnovers is how you get a situation where you shoot 53% in the first quarter compared to Slippery Rock's 38%, and yet you were still losing by 1.
And Shipley comes out. Hairston comes back in. Now Grant's shot is no good. Rebounded by Ward. Ward going back the other way. Slippery Rock's got some numbers. It'll be passed back now to Ward. Her deep three on the way. That's no good. Rebounded by Haggerty. Haggerty to Hairston. Hairston dribble. Gets it past half court. She'll get the screen from Minor. Great screen by Minor. Now over to Bowles. Bowles dribble drives. Spins around. No good. Rebound got by Ward. Ward seems to have the ball every other second in this ball game right now. Ball comes away from her over to Middleton. Kennedy Middleton. She dribble drives in. It'll be I'm going to call a kickball? No. Will be Slippery Rock basketball under the basket.
I think it might have been a kickball there. I'm not seeing enough of Shepherd's players coming off the screens and having their eyes up, looking for their open teammates.
A wide open three from Middleton's no good. Rebound got by Minor. Going back the other way now is Hairston. Hairston will dribble drive in. Her shot is blocked. Blocked by Ariana Mitchell, the 6-foot freshman forward from Erie, Pennsylvania.
De'Ara Harrison listed at 5'3", but I'm not even sure if she's that tall. It's tough for her to get those buckets over those taller players in the paint.
Hairston has it off the inbound. Trying to set up the offense. Gets a screen from Miller. Now over to Bowles. Bowles back to Hairston. Hairston from three. That's off the mark. No good. Rebounded by Middleton. Middleton to Middleton. Her layup is no good. Rebounded by Bowles. It's going to be a jump ball, and it's going to go Shepherd's way. Or no, it's going to. Possession arrow guy never switched it back. So it will be Slippery Rock basketball. Under the basket. Ward inbounds it. She'll put it out to Donza. Donza out of Middleton. Middleton dribble drives in, and her shot is no good, but it'll go out of bounds off a Shepherd Ram.
The Rams are playing pretty good defense on Slippery Rock in the half court when the Rock isn't able to get these easy baskets off of transition turnovers or offensive rebounds.
Inbound to Middleton. Now Donza from three. That one's through. It's now a 6-point lead for the Rock. 29-23, under 6 to go in this first half.
Yeah, boy, they really got to close out on Donza. That's their third three-pointer of the night, up to 9 points.
And it seems like Shepherd came out very well, and they've now only scored 2 points so far this quarter. Kind of a downswing right now. Minor nearly fouled. Luckily, Hairston's has it, but that's back down to Minor. Timing not there to Miller.
It was a good thought there coming off the pick and roll to make that extra pass there.
Hairston and Boyles come out. Haggerty and Shipley come in.
You just need to slow it down a little bit. Try to find those easy baskets.
Passed by Ward into Middleton, then back out to Donza. Her three is no good. Ball gets fought for and gotten. Three on the way from Ward. That one's off the front of the iron, no good, but rebounded by Middleton. Blocked by Miller, but she gets it back. That's Isabella Miller. Back to Ward. Ward dribble drives in. Her shot was blocked, but didn't get all ball there. It'll be a foul on Kara Minor.
Yeah, it got into the body a little bit there, it looked like. It's tough. No, they've been doing like I said, when they've gotten into the half court, the defense has not been too bad. It's just been those offensive rebounds that have been killing them. They need to box out.
First shot from Ward is on the way, and it's through. Makes it a 7-point ball game, 30-23. Second one straight through makes it 31-23. And you'd think maybe at a point Coach Kaufman might call a timeout. But
I don't think we've
down
seen one
low
so far.
to Haggerty. Haggerty's layup no good.
That's a tough shot.
Ward coming back down the lane. Her shot is good, and she'll go to the line. Another foul on Minor, it appears.
Yeah, and Cindy Bowles jumps off the bench I assume she's going to come in for a minor here. This will be a good time for a timeout. Oh, we get the media timeout.
We've reached the under 5 media timeout. We'll step aside for a 30-second break and be back for more Shepherd women's basketball action on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube back in 30 seconds.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, shrimp nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Welcome back to the Butcher Center here on the campus of Shepherd University. Slippery Rock owns a 10-point lead, 33-23 over the Lady Rams with 4:50 left in the first half. And Dylan, I kind of mentioned it earlier there. Shepherd scored 21 points in the first quarter. Gave up 22. So far right now they've given up 11 and only scored 2 in this second quarter.
Yeah, they haven't been able to get that offensive outburst like they got in the first quarter when Peyton Grant hit those 3 3-pointers, give herself 9 points. She's yet to be able to get on the board since then. It's just been really tough for them to find any good looks on offense. They got to try to find something, a little more pick and roll, some more, pin down screens, gets your good 3-point shooter some open looks. They got to find something, but it all starts with keeping the ball. A lot of turnovers so far. They've got to settle down.
So at the line is Ward. She's 2 for 2 so far today. That one rolls around and in for the and one, 34-23, 4:45 left in this first half. And a 3 on the way from Haggerty's no good. She'll get the back after a rebound and passed to her by Shipley. Then she'll get fouled down low.
I tell you, that rolling around free throw made me think about how I've thought this for years now. The Butcher Center has got to have some of the softest rims that I've ever seen on a basketball court. It just seems like you get all the softest rolls no matter what.
Haggerty's first free throw is up and good. Makes her 5 of 6 on the season.
I believe that's her first point of the game as well.
Second one straight through. So 6 of 7 on the year. 34-25, 4:33 left in this first half. Ball down low. A reverse layup for Middleton is good. 36-25, 4:26 left.
Yeah, Bowles fell asleep a little bit on defense. Lost her on the baseline.
Haggerty now over to Grant. Grant's 3 on the way is no good. A rebound fought for by Miller. And it'll be a jump ball. It'll go Shepherd's way.
Miller's got to grab that rebound. Go up strong with it. You got to get that hand up that grip strength there.
And so Shepherd will get the ball inbounded under the basket. Grant will inbound it over to Shipley. Shipley dribble drives, passes it to Haggerty. Haggerty will go into the lane. Over to Grant. She'll mishandle it for a second, get it back. Now over to Haggerty. Haggerty to Shipley. Shipley back to Haggerty. A deep 3 on the way, and that one rolls in and out. No good. And a 3 on the way from Middleton on the other end. And that's through. That's Isabella Middleton, the redshirt sophomore out of Leesburg, Virginia.
I hope it's just a cold streak to start the season. But if that's not the case, might need to see a little more, a better shot selection.
Here's the timeout that I was expecting a while ago. Down 13, 3:35 left in this first half. Only 4 points this quarter, giving up 17. This is where it could get really bad.
Right, it could. You got to stop. That's a good timeout right there. What I was going to say was I think Kendall Haggerty so far on the year, 6.2 points a game, shooting 20% from three-point range on 5 attempts a game. I don't know if it's a shot selection thing or if it's just a cold streak to open up the season, but it's something you got to take into account. If you're cold from deep, try to find yourself some easy baskets first, get yourself in a rhythm before you go try to dig yourself deeper into a hole.
Shepherd will inbound it on the other side of the court. Inbounding it will be Megan Shipley, the sophomore from Middletown, Maryland, as drying the court up a little bit in front of the Rock bench. Referee will now hand the ball to Shipley. Shipley will inbound it to Haggerty. Haggerty to Grant. Grant back to Haggerty. Haggerty guarded by Ward. Down low to Shipley, and it'll go off the hands of Middleton, Kennedy Middleton. So it'll remain Shepherd basketball. Bowles will inbound it to Grant. Grant thought about the three, wisely didn't. Back to Haggerty, over to Haggerty. Now over to Shipley. She'll dribble, drive in, lay that one up off the glass, no good.
It was a tough left-handed shot there from Megan Shipley, who just had a birthday 2 days ago. So happy belated birthday to Megan Shipley.
So there'll be a foul on Isabella Middleton, I believe. Third team foul. But it wasn't shooting. It'll be on the floor. Inbound now to Haggerty. Over to Shipley. Shipley to Grant. A deep three on the way. No good. Teresa Miller fighting for it down there. Unfortunately, she can't get it. Middleton will come up with it. Middleton now to Ward. Ward to the other Middleton. Down low to her sister, Kennedy. Kennedy has the ball blocked away but got it back. She passes it. No look pass to Ward. Ward's three on the way is blocked and no good. Rebounded by Miller.
Good defense.
Miller to Miller to Grant. Grant back to Haggerty. Haggerty a deep three on the way, and that one's no good. If you're Shepherd, you might got to think about better shot selection here. Popping too many threes.
That one was open, but it didn't seem like the form was quite there on that one. Might have rushed it a little bit.
Ward has it, guarded by Bowles. Now over to Middleton. Her three is on the way. That one in and out, no good, but rebounded there by Donza. Shot clock has 14. Ward's going to slow it down. Ward being guarded against the screen. Ward will dribble, drive in, no good. Rebounded by Grant. Grant will go back the other way. Now to Haggerty. Haggerty will drive in. She'll pass to Miller. Miller from the free throw line. That one in and out, no good.
Went about halfway down, if not three-quarters.
Just can't tickle the twine. Over to Ward from three. She'll pop that. No good. Rebounded by Bowles. 38-25 is your score. 1:24 left in the first half. Shipley passes it over to Grant. Ball's tipped out of bounds by Middleton. Remains Shepherd basketball.
I really like when Sydney Bowles just brings the ball up the court after a rebound. She's one of the taller players on this team, but she's also one of the better ball handlers on this team. And as she brings the ball up, gives you a better opportunity to just push it into the front court when the player that gets the rebound can also bring it up.
Bowles inbounds it to Grant. Grant over to Hairston. Hairston to Bowles. Bowles will take a three. That one's through. 38-28, 1:07 left. That's the first shot here in a while for the Rams.
Up to 9 points to Sydney Bowles now, tying her for the team lead.
Layup by Ward is no good. Going back the other way is Grant. She got pickpocketed by Ward, who was like, I missed that shot. I want to get that I want to get that back for my team. So an extra possession now for the Rock. Isabella Middleton now over to Donza. Kelly McKnight sets the screen, and it's Donza. Shot from just inside three is good. Makes it 40-28. Under 30 seconds left in this first half. Hairston trying to set up the offense with under 20 seconds left. Hands it off to Bowles. Bowles back to Hairston. Hairston thought about a three, and now she'll pop it. That one is no good. Rebounded by Ward.
The shot clock
is off.
It was off with that possession, too. You got to have the situational awareness. Just hold that for the last shot.
And a wide open Bella Long. Her shot's no good. Rebounded by Bowles. Bowles will take the shot at the buzzer, but that's no good. It'll be a 40-28 lead for the Rock over the Rams here at halftime. We'll head to halftime ourselves. We'll be back after this 2-minute break to break down the first half. You're tuned into Shepherd Women's Hoops on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. Back in 2 minutes.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
The holidays are for making memories, and Honda can help you make them. Whether it's hauling presents in a capable Ridgeline, going sledding in an adventurous Pilot, or traveling in a rugged Passport or CRV. Make memories during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
See dealer for financing details.
Hello, this is Mark Sutton of the Sutton & Janelle Law Firm. The right attorney can make all the difference in your case. That's why you should call Sutton & Janelle. We have been serving clients in West Virginia and Maryland since 1999 in the areas of family law, DUI, criminal defense, and personal injury. Sutton & Janelle works hard to obtain a favorable outcome for you at a reasonable rate with affordable payment options. Sutton & Janelle values your rights and is passionate about your success. Contact us today at suttonandjanelle.com.
Welcome back to the Butcher Center here on the campus of Shepherd University. Slippery Rock on top of Shepherd in women's hoops action, 40-28. We're at the half, and we'll break down some statistics for you. And Dylan, when you look at it, Shepherd came out shooting very well in that first quarter, and then just seemed like they kind of fell flat.
Yeah, they weren't getting nearly as many good looks, and the open looks they did get in that second quarter just weren't falling. Unlike that first quarter when Peyton Grant hit those three-pointers in a row, it's just haven't been able to get those to fall. Tie that in with the fact that Slippery Rock has 5 more offensive boards. They've been able to get those extra possessions, but the big thing has been turnovers. 13 turnovers for the Rams in that first half, only 5 for Slippery Rock. Just giving the Rock a whole bunch of extra possessions so far. And it's been a rough go of things in that second quarter especially.
Yeah, and looking at the numbers for Shepherd, after shooting 8 of 15 in the first quarter, 53.3%, they go 2 of 16 in the second quarter.
That's rough.
1 of 9 from beyond the arc after going 5 of 10. And it's where we are right now.
Yeah, you see Kendall Haggerty 0 for 5 from the three-point line. I believe all 5 of those may have came in that second quarter. So they just need to get things going. Kara Minor, only 1 3-pointer so far. I think they need to find more ways to get her some more three-point shots. That is her specialty. If nothing else, Kara Minor is going to make three-pointers when you give her the opportunity. Sydney Bowles, 4 of 7 from the field so far, tied with Peyton Grant for 9 points. So she's been really impressive so far in this game. She's also got 5 rebounds to go with those 9 points. So, but again, Peyton Grant 3 turnovers, Shipley with 3, Bowles with 3, Minor with 2, Mertz with 2. Just too many turnovers. I got to try to slow it down. And Slippery Rock is using that almost full court press and trap to play into that even further.
I believe at the midcourt right now they're honoring potentially that first Shepherd team from 1972. Or they're all the alums that are in attendance tonight. Yeah, over the past 50 years, players from over the past 50 years. But, the bright side for Shepherd right now is they've got 24 total rebounds compared to Slippery Rock's 26. So they're staying in there. They're just,
even with all those offensive rebounds.
Yeah.
Like I said, they're getting out-rebounded on the offensive side, 11-6, but they've been able to keep it up with Slippery Rock on the total rebounding side because of all the defensive rebounds they've been getting, 18-15 on that side of things. So, like you said, Slippery Rock, even though they're 5-0, has gotten out-rebounded on this season for a total.
Yeah, and, not going the Shepherd's ways. They're not being able to get a lot of steals. They're getting stolen, I guess is the word. 8-1. They've got 13 turnovers to 5 for Slippery Rock. Both teams have 8 assists. Leaders for Shepherd points-wise, 9 points each for Sydney Bowles and Peyton Grant. Peyton Grant's 9 points coming on 3 of 6 shooting from beyond the arc. The two leaders for Slippery Rock, not surprising there, is a Middleton, but it's Isabella Middleton. Kendall Middleton, I believe, is the one coming in that was the leader. Or no, it is Isabella Middleton. Getting confused about the two sisters here. She's at 11 points. Also, Christina Donza is at 11 points as well. And shaping up to be, if Shepherd can make a comeback, could be a good second half.
Yeah, I mean, Slippery Rock's winning, but they're not shooting super good from the field, only 34% and 21% from the three-point arc. Isabella Middleton and Kennedy Middleton have combined 2 of 9 from 3 and 8 of 21 overall from the field. Jada Ward, 2 of 8. So, and they have a lot of players like the Vennick sisters are 0 for 4 total. Bella Long's 0 for 2. Slippery Rock's not shooting the ball incredibly well. They're just getting a lot of extra possessions on those offensive boards and turnovers.
Yes, and we'll leave it at that here as we'll step aside for a 1-minute break. On the other side of that 1-minute break, you'll hear from Colin McLaughlin back in the studio. He'll get you updated on what other D2 women's hoop scores are going, or games are going on around the country. We'll be back here after that, but a 1-minute break, then you'll hear from Colin McLaughlin back in the studio. You're tuned in to Shepherd Women's Hoops on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
For you guys who wait till the last minute to buy her gift, check out our winning play that scores big in your home on Christmas morning. Ready? Hike into your car, rush to our store, but don't speed. Then we huddle over the cases, pick the perfect gift, wrap it, and hand it off to you. You rush out with the winning gift held tight, and on Christmas morning, you hand it off to her. She opens it, and baby, it's a touchdown. She loves it. Ready for the winning play? Come see us at Bechtel Jewelers, Route 11 South, Inwood.
Welcome into the TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube studio for the And One halftime scoreboard show. Right now, Slippery Rock leads Shepherd 40-28 at the half, and women's basketball, the men's game, will follow after this one. But let's now get some scores around the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference for you quickly before sending it back to the Butcher Center. Also at the half, it's Westchester leading Mercyhurst by a score of 39-30. At the half as well, tied up at 33 apiece is the score between Seton Hill and Lockhaven. That one just tipping off in the third quarter. Also getting ready to start the third quarter, it is East Stroudsburg leading Clarion 38-20. At the half, it's Shippensburg up by 10 against Cal U by a score of 35-25. At the half, it is Bloomsburg leading Pitt Johnstown 27-16. as well as IUP currently dominating Mansfield by a score of 49-28. That one just getting underway in the third quarter. Getting ready to start the third quarter as well. It is Millersville up by 13 over Edinburgh by a score of 37-24. And last but not least, it is Gannon, 15th team in the country right now, on top of Kutztown by a score of 32-28 at the half. I'll give you some more scores later on at the other half of the men's game. Have the final scores from the women's game and some scores from the men's side. And then after the end of the men's game, I'll be back to give some final scores for both, as well as some NCAA Division I scores for you too. But again, we'll take a 1-minute break now and then send it back to the Butcher Center for the second half between Slippery Rock and Shepherd.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
WVU Medicine is pleased to introduce 8 new providers at Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers and University Healthcare Physicians. Dr. Munib Malik, Nephrology. Neonatal Nurse Practitioner Antonia Montag. Dr. Janice McMillan, Endocrinology. Nurse Practitioner Kimberly Applegate, Infectious Disease. Nurse Practitioner Saba Ademe, Hospitalist. Certified Nurse Midwife Brianna Lilly. Physician's Assistant Skylar Sade, Family Medicine. Dr. Kelly Ash, Family Medicine OB. WVU Medicine, growing to meet the needs of our community.
We're back. Welcome back to the Butcher Center here on the campus of Shepherd University, getting ready for second half action and for women's hoops, PSAC women's hoops action between Slippery Rock and Shepherd, a crossover, cross-division action here tonight. And it's a 40-28 lead for the Rock right now over the Rams. Dylan, we got a couple minutes. We'll take a break here momentarily, but what do you think Shepherd has to do to be able to get back into this ball game? They're not necessarily out of this ball game, but to contend and potentially get back in the lead.
Right, obviously down 12 at the half. They're going to have to make up some ground here in the second half. The main thing is those turnovers. They just really need to take care of the ball. Slow it down. Don't get rushed and sped up by that trap. And then find some open shots. Try to manufacture that offense in the second half when you get into the half court. And of course, you have to stop Slippery Rock from getting those offensive boards as well. Got to box out on the defensive end because they're not shooting the ball very well at all. So you have to just make sure that they don't get those second chance points up on the board. And then you can find your way back into this game. You started off hot. Try to get Peyton Grant some open looks. Try to get Kara Grant some open looks, or Kara Minor some open looks from behind the arc. Let Sydney Bowles get a little more of the ball handling up in the half court. I think she's been doing a really good job in this game, rebounding and scoring when she's gotten the chance so far. So they're not out of this by any means. They clean some stuff up, and they can get back in this.
All right, with that being said, we'll step aside for a 1-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll have second half action. You're tuned into Shepherd Women's Hoops on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube back in 60 seconds.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Welcome back to the Butcher Center here on the campus of Shepherd University as we're perfectly timed to get back to second half action here between Shepherd women and Slippery Rock women. Slippery Rock on top 40-28. Spencer Tweed, Dylan Bishop, happy to have you with us. Braden Schaffner, Nick Verzolini running cameras. Colin McLaughlin back in the studio as Slippery Rock begins the second half with the ball. Trying to run a very fast-paced offense here. McKnight has the ball down low. She is fouled on her way to the basket. I believe that's on Bowles.
Not a whole lot of foul trouble in that first half, so that was a good thing. But starting off, going to the free throw line almost immediately is the Rock.
That is Kelly McKnight. First one is up and good. Makes it 41-28. I'll give a shout out for you, Dylan, to the other half of the highly disputed crew watching on TV10, WRNR TV on YouTube. Ryan Stickle. 42-28 the score.
We had a great interview this week with Travis Bajan, the Beast.
Taken away by Middleton. Middleton down low to Kaylin Vinnick. That shot is good. 44-28 the score. Shepherd just trying to get it past half court. Now back to Grant from Shipley. 17 on the shot clock. Being guarded tightly by Middleton. Now over to Minor. Minor down low to Bowles. Bowles somehow handles it. She's going to have to pass it back, but she gets fouled.
She kind of got bailed out there.
Yeah, did really get bailed out there.
Yeah, that's a long time to hold the ball there while getting trapped. I mean, she did a good job. She didn't lose. She didn't, lose composure while she was getting trapped there by the baseline, getting covered from 3 different areas when you include in the baseline.
Don't even know exactly what they're waiting for here. I guess Slippery Rock didn't know what they wanted to do. Ball's into Bowles. Bowles will dribble, drive in. She'll lay that one up off the mark. No good.
That's a good play, though.
Haggerty gets the rebound. She'll pass it off to Minor. Minor calling for Haggerty to come back. Passes back to Haggerty. Now over to Shipley. Shipley to Bowles. Bowles doesn't know what to do with it. Now passes it back to Shipley. A 3 on the way from Bowles. That one's through. 44-31. Shepherd digging into the deficit with a 3 from Sydney Bowles.
I like that matchup right there, Bowles versus McKnight.
There's a foul on the other end, Kara Minor.
I think Sydney Bowles
will actually be on Kelly McKnight.
Sydney Bowles has a lot of more quickness to her game that she can take advantage of against a center like McKnight.
Minor has it, and the ball tips off of the hands of Emily Vinnick, so it'll remain Shepherd basketball.
That's the advantage of having a bit of a smaller lineup, is when you go down on your offense, you can try to take advantage of having quicker players than maybe the center on the other team.
Over to Shipley, now to Haggerty, over to Bowles. Bowles dribble drives in, and her shot is good. Score the field goal, she'll go to the line.
That's exactly what I'm talking about right there. Used her quickness, got past McKnight, and that's a really, really tough shot there by Sydney Bowles. Fighting through the contact to get that to roll up and through the basket.
Sydney Bowles now has the last 5 points. Could make it 6 if she nails this free throw.
So we talked about at halftime. I wanted to see her get a few more looks, get her more involved in the offense.
Make that the last 6. 44-34, 10-point deficit now. That shot by Vinnick is good.
It looked like Bowles fell down on the defensive end on the way back.
Ball now down to Haggerty. Haggerty will dribble drive in, look to pass it, passes it over to Grant. Grant to Shipley from 3. That one's off the mark. Over the back foul, I believe.
Yeah, Bowles got over the back.
A little too aggressive in trying to get the basketball.
Yeah, Shepherd only committed 4 fouls in the first half, and they've already committed 3 in the first 2 minutes and 15 seconds of the third quarter.
Middleton has it. She'll dribble drive in, pop back out. Now the other Middleton dribble drives in, being Kennedy Middleton. That's no good, but it'll go out of bounds and remain with Shepherd as they'll get the basketball back 12-point deficit, 7:37 left in this third quarter. Grant now to Bowles. Bowles to Haggerty. Haggerty being guarded defensively. She gets past that. Now over to Shipley. Shipley back to Bowles for three. That one's off the mark, no good. Haggerty going for the rebound, and it's fought for, but Kennedy Middleton stabs it out of bounds.
See, this is a really small lineup for the Rock right now. I think they saw that Bowles was able to take advantage of a player like McKnight, and they've adjusted.
Inbound coming to Grant. Now over to Haggerty. Haggerty to Bowles. That one's tipped out by Middleton, so it will remain with the Rams. 7:18 left in this third quarter. Down 46-34 are the Rams. Bowles inbounds to Grant. Grant over to Shipley. Shipley dribble drives in, lays that one off the glass. And it'll be a foul. It'll be a blocking foul. Or no, catching the charge there was Vinnick, so it'll be a foul on Shipley.
Shipley hasn't really been able to get anything going on offense so far.
Spot up shot from Middleton's no good. Rebounded by Minor, being fought for by Kaylin Vinnick. It'll be a jump ball, possession to the Rams.
Shipley, the leading scorer on this team, just over 10 points a game, averaging about 8 shots a game. Only took 2 in the first half, was 1 of 2 from the field.
Ball is turned over. Now going back the other way, Middleton's shot is roll. It actually goes in. It didn't look like it was going to roll in, but a friendly bounce. Now back the other way to Minor. 48-34 is the score. Hairston pops a three. That one's off the mark, no good. And Shipley gets the rebound, but there's a foul on Kaylin Vinnick.
It's just those backcourt turnovers have been backbreaking. It hasn't allowed them to get back and make a run.
Grant inbounds it, trying to find somebody to get it to. She gets it to Hairston. Hairston to Grant. Or excuse me, to Haggerty to Grant. Now back to Hairston. Back to Grant. She'll pop a three. That one's off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Middleton. Vinnick now underneath. Passes it back. Now to Middleton again. Her shot is off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Minor. Minor has the ball. She'll dribble drive in, try to lay it up, no good, but Haggerty there for the rebound. She gets it. 48-36 is the score.
It looked like the defense for the Rock just forgot about Kendall Haggerty under the rim.
Middleton picks up her dribble. She'll have to hand it off to Vinnick. Vinnick now to Middleton. Middleton puts up a wacko shot. Rebounded by Minor to Hairston. Hairston loses handles of it, and going back the other way now is Donza, and she'll lay that one up and in, makes it 50-36. Now, I was just going to say, you probably call a timeout, and that'll probably be extended to the media timeout, you'd think. Wait to see for sure. But they will extend that to the media. So we'll step aside for a 30-second break. You're tuned in to Shepherd Women's Hoops on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. Back in 30 seconds.
For you guys who wait till the last minute to buy her gift, check out our winning play that scores big in your home on Christmas morning. Ready? Hike into your car, rush to our store, but don't speed. Then we huddle over the cases, pick the perfect gift, wrap it, and hand it off to you. You rush out with the winning gift held tight, and on Christmas morning, you hand it off to her. She opens it, and baby, it's a touchdown. She loves it. Ready for the winning play? Come see us at Bechtel Jewelers, Route 11 South, Inwood.
Welcome back to the Butcher Center here on the campus of Shepherd University. Spencer DeBuy and Dylan Bishop, happy to have you with us. Cameramen tonight, Nick Verzolini and Braden Schaffner. Back in the studio, Colin McLaughlin, happy to have you with us. The Rock on top of the Rams, 50-36. Coach Kaufman called a timeout there. I think it was a wise timeout.
Yeah, Slippery Rock started to get a little more momentum going. And it just, again, this team needs to slow it down a little bit. Try to keep their composure. Make sure that you're handling the ball. Look up. Find your open teammates where you can.
So it'll be Shepherd ball. Grant will inbound it.
The Rock's up to 22 points off of turnovers in this game. Only 2 for the Rams.
Hairston to Grant. Grant now with 16 on the shot clock. Passes to Minor. Minor to Haggerty. Haggerty dribble drives in. Back to Minor from 3. That one's off the mark. No good. Rebounded by Donza. Going back the other way now is Slippery Rock. Over to Vinnick. Vinnick now picks up her dribble. Hands it off to Donza. Over to Vinnick. To the other Vinnick. 2 sets of sisters on this team. Emily Vinnick, Kaylin Vinnick, and Kennedy Middleton, Isabella Middleton. Down low. That was to Ariana Mitchell. Her shot's no good. Going back the other way is Shepherd. To Shipley. Shipley will dribble drive in. Pass off to Haggerty. And it's good, but are they going to get the foul on Shipley?
Yeah. Yeah, that was a charge. She kind of just let her momentum get the best of her there as she was making the dump off pass. It was a really good pass, but just let herself a little too far.
Now they decided to go to the media timeout, so we'll step aside for another 30-second break. You're tuning in to Shepherd Women's Hoops on TV 10, WRNR TV on YouTube. Back in 30 seconds.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Mountaineer Grill and Pub offers many daily specials, including Trivia Night Monday, Karaoke Tuesday, Steak Night Wednesday and Sunday, Thursday night Boneless Wing Night, and on Friday and Saturday nights, there'll be a DJ and or karaoke. And remember, Monday through Friday, happy hour, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., $2 domestic bottles and $2.50 domestic drafts.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Welcome back to the Butcher Center here on the campus of Shepherd University. Slippery Rock on top of Shepherd in some PSAC crossover division action. 50-36, 4:23 left in the third quarter. And Dylan, it just seems like this Slippery Rock team too fast for Shepherd.
Yeah, they've been able to do a good job with that trap to be able to cause a lot of pressure, cause those turnovers in the backcourt especially. That have just been getting them, in exchange, easy baskets on the offensive side. And that's really been the story of the game. Both these teams are only shooting about 30% from the field, but that's been the difference, is the turnovers.
Back in action here. Slippery Rock with the ball. That is Emily Vinnick. She hands it off to her sister, Kaylin Vinnick. She'll dribble drive around, then pass to her sister, and that shot from 3 is no good. And waiting for the call from the referees. Believe it'll be Slippery Rock ball.
Slippery Rock going back down the other end.
Calling it Shepherd ball.
Yeah, it looked like that last-ditch effort to try to save it out of bounds happened while they were out of bounds.
Hairston trying to set up the offense, getting trapped there. Over to Bowles. Bowles now to Haggerty. Haggerty to Grant. Over to Minor. Minor down low to Haggerty. Her layup is up and no good. Rebounded by Slippery Rock. That being Bella Long. Ball now over to Donza. Her jumper is up, no good. Rebounded by Hairston. Hairston trying to get back the other way. 2-on-2 developing. She'll have to pass it off, but she travels. Floor just a little slippery there.
Yeah, it looked like she picked up the ball with the idea to try to pass to Haggerty off to the side, but then she wasn't quite open right away and just kind of got stuck with it.
So Kaylin Vinnick comes out and Jada Ward comes back in. Jada Ward, the true freshman out of Cleveland, Ohio. She'll take the ball in, get past half court. She'll hand that one off to Kaylin Vinnick. Vinnick moves around another shot, this time from Bella Long. That one is good, 53-36. Hairston gets it past the timeline. She passes to Bowles. Bowles dribble drives in. That one too strong, but she'll get fouled and go to the line.
It's a good foul call. It came a little, maybe half a second late. So I think that's got Slippery Rock upset a little bit, thinking that it wasn't a foul. But it's a good, tough effort by Bowles to get in there, get herself to the basket.
That's Bella Long's second personal. Again, this is the first half of a women's-men's doubleheader. That shot by Bowles is no good. So second, the men's game will tip off around 7:30, say around 7:30, as they get, I believe, 20 to 30 minutes to warm up. I believe it's 30. Second one goes through 53-37. So whenever this ends, add 30 minutes to that. And then it'll be the tip time. 2:54 left in this third quarter. Slippery Rock up 53-37. Vinnick passes it off to Long. Long over to Ward. Ward's deep three, no good. Rebounded by Hairston. Hairston up to Grant. Grant to Mertz. Mertz down low to Haggerty. Haggerty's turnaround shot is no good. Rebounded by Ariana Mitchell. And then a jump ball here in favor of Slippery Rock.
That's good hustle there by Madison Mertz. And also good balance when she caught that pass on one hand right there in the corner to not fall out of bounds and make that accurate pass to Haggerty.
Kara Miner comes out. And Narisha Miller comes in. Transfer from Alderson Broadus. Down low. Great defense there by Grant, but Ward will get it back. Shot on the way from Vinnick, no good. Rebounded there, but taken away by Hairston, and Hairston with the double dribble.
Harrison just got out a little bit ahead of herself there. Tried to move the ball a little quicker than she really needed to.
So 2:02 left in this third quarter, 53-37, Slippery Rock on top. Shot is good, makes it 56-37, the triple. Ball taken away by Vinnick. Vinnick down low to Donza. Donza's layup is good. 58-37, they open it up to a 21-point lead. Another turnover. Donza will lay it up and in, 60-37. And I think you got to think about calling a timeout just to slow it down.
Gotten yourself up to a 23-point lead here.
You got to get past half court. Ball to Mertz. Mertz dribble drives in. She tries to lay that one up. She is fouled.
Well, there's a little breath you can catch now. You go to the free throw line. But yeah, the turnover problems just continue to persist.
Sydney Bowles getting checked out over there by the trainers. Shot is up by Mertz, and it's good.
Yeah, it looks like Bowles is trying to get stretched out over there on the side. Maybe looks like she might be cramping up. The trainer there is giving her some water.
They were stretching her out earlier. Mertz's second shot is up and no good, but fought for is the rebound and gotten by Martin. Now over to Miner. Her three is on the way. That's no good, but rebounded by Haggerty. Haggerty lays that one up. She's fouled. She'll go to the line.
Haggerty has a really low hooking layup that she tends to do. It's not always the best thing to bring the ball down after a rebound, but what that does do is gives you a bigger chance to get fouled and get to the free throw line.
Haggerty's first shot is up and straight through. 60 to 39 is the score. Second one is straight through. 20-point deficit now, 60 to 40. And Dylan, you see spurts where the Shepherd team looks really, really good, but you can also see spurts where they're just not all there yet.
When they get the ball into the half court, they're able to put some stuff together. It really is just a turnover problem. That's about 80% of the issue.
And you got to think some of it is these players not, you're 6 games in now. Your 6th game of the season for them. You just got to get used to playing with each other.
Right,
and your tendencies and where you go. And, with a lot of players moving around, you don't see that all the time, and then it'll be a foul.
Illegal screen.
But, if you had the whole offseason to work together with all these players, maybe you're just a little bit better. But, again, with everything happening the way this happened in this program, it was kind of hard for that to happen. Bella Long's three is on the way. It's good. Under 35 left in this third quarter. 63-40 is your score. And, by the time this season ends, you're going to see a pretty good ball club, I think.
Yeah,
ball
there's
taken away by Long.
Definitely potential here. I think that team chemistry issue can be – you can chalk that up as a reason that maybe perhaps some of these open shooters that I've been seeing so far haven't been able to get. You just don't know – you're not used to knowing where your teammates are in certain situations yet. You don't have that feel, that unconscious feel of like when you drive in, I know this is where Haggerty's going to be, where Grant's going to be.
Miller gets the rebound, but that'll end the third quarter. A 23-point deficit for the Rams. 63-40 is your score. We'll step aside for 60 seconds. When we come back, we'll have the start of the fourth quarter on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Located at 4529 Shepherdstown Road in Martinsburg, the Neon Moon Tavern has delicious food and cold beverages. Stop on in Mondays for some mayhem with us and Shepherd quarterback Tyson Bagent, or on Tuesday for some gourmet tacos. Wednesdays is whiskey and trivia night. Thursday is steak night. Fridays are dinner specials. Saturdays there's live music. And Sunday morning is brunch. We're open every day from 11 a.m. to 3 a.m. Call us at 304-260-4002 for takeout or stop on in to the Neon Moon Tavern.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Welcome back to the Butcher Center here on the campus of Shepherd University. As we start the fourth quarter, SRU Slippery Rock, the Rock, they're on top 63-40. Shepherd will have possession of the basketball. Boyles returns to action, which is good to see. Just needed a little stretched out there.
Yep.
Passes it into Grant. Grant to Haggerty, back to Boyles. Bowles. Bowles to Minor. Over to Shipley. Shipley dribble drives in. She lays that one up. No good. Haggerty tries to get the rebound, but she can't. Fighting for it against Mitchell. Going back the other way now is Slippery Rock. Now over to Donza. Donza to Ward. Ward to Long. Back to Long. Long dribble drives in. Her layup is no good, but standing right there is Donza. She'll get the rebound, take it back up. Pass to Ward. Ward dribble drives in, and then a corner three coming. That one is airballed. That is by Jordan Kaufman, just entering the contest. And Long's three-pointer is no good. It'll be a jump ball. It'll stay with Slippery Rock as it was a 3-on-1 there. And hard to win that at all.
Right, yeah.
Hard to get any chance to grab the ball because you got 3-on-1.
Right, and they got you right up against the baseline there, trapping you. That's been the big thing in this game, is that pressure that Slippery Rock's been giving them, especially in the backcourt.
Slippery Rock to inbound the basketball. Inbounded to a wide open Kaufman. Kaufman now over to Long. Long will travel, so it'll go back the other way.
And you see 24 turnovers in the first 3 quarters. I think this is an obvious thing that we're probably going to end up saying a lot. It's kind of, pretty clear. This is where you really miss someone like Abby Beeman, that steady hand that can get you the ball up the court, handle the ball, not turn the ball over a lot.
Deep 3 from Haggerty is good.
There we go.
63-43, 8:35 left in this contest.
See, Haggerty likes to
from
shoot
long range.
Haggerty really likes to shoot the 3-pointers.
The deep 3.
About 5 of them a game so far.
Ward has it, gets the screen. She lays that one up and in, 65-43.
Haggerty's shooting percentage has been pretty low so far this year, but that's a shot she likes. It's good to see her get the ball in the basket. Get some
reverse
confidence.
layup from Haggerty. That's now 5 straight points from the junior transfer. Rebound by Grant. Grant out of Haggerty. Haggerty to Minor. She couldn't handle it, but she does get back handles. She'll pass back to Haggerty. She'll dribble drive in, and she'll pass it over to Grant. Grant to a wide open Hairston from 3. That one's off the mark, no good. Fighting for the rebound is Haggerty. She'll get the ball to remain Shepherd basketball. Inbounded, now to Hairston. 3 on the way from from Haggerty's no good. Going back the other way now is Slippery Rock. Guarded by Hairston. A 3 on the way from Haley Rabe.
It wasn't bad defense there, but that was just good off-ball movement to get herself open.
So 68-45, 7 minutes left. 7 minutes left. Shot is no good. Rebounded by Slippery Rock, going back the other way. In the corner from 3 is Long. Her shot's no good. But getting the rebound there was Mitchell, and she is fouled. You know what's good to see, Dylan? Is this Shepherd team might be turning it over a little too much. They might be missing a few too many shots. They might not be getting things on the glass, but they're not committing fouls way too much. That's the first foul of the half. Or first foul of the quarter.
Pretty like you said, in the first half they only committed 4 fouls, and I believe that's the 4th foul of the second half. Good
shot
block.
is blocked by Bowles.
But yeah, it does seem like a pretty disciplined team so far when it comes to that.
Timeout, and we'll take one with them. We'll be back after this 30-second break. You're tuned in to Shepherd Women's Hoops on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. Back in 30 seconds. To the Butcher Center here on the campus of Shepherd University. Slippery Rock on top of the Rams, 68-45 in game 1 of a women's-men's doubleheader. Men's tip-off will be approximately 30 minutes after the buzzer goes off here, with 6:43 left in the contest. And if you're Shepherd here, don't really have a great chance to score 23 points, but you just got to build off this. You got to build off this in the last 6:43.
Right, yeah, this usually would be the time that you might get some players off the end of the bench into the game, but they already go pretty deep into the bench. So
yeah, have not seen Bolyard, Turner, Carr today.
The only players on
Teresa Miller.
So the only players on the bench that are in uniform, we haven't seen the floor yet, are Bolyard and the other Miller sister.
Shot on the way, and that's a three, and it banks in, this time from Alyssa Gillen, freshman forward out of Monica, Pennsylvania.
Well, looks like just about everything's falling right now for Slippery Rock.
Kara Miner has her shot blocked. Haggerty fighting for the rebound will remain with the Rams. So this is a scrappy bunch, I'd say.
Yeah. They definitely are. It's got a lot of heart, especially in players like, Bowles and Miner, the ones that are left over from last year that knew the success that this team had, and they are really trying their best to replicate it as best they can.
Grant, a three on the way, and that's through. 71-48. She's in the double figures now.
They're 4-3 of the game. Part of the offensive struggles since the first quarter is that she hasn't had any of those. That's her first three-pointer, her first shot made since quarter number one.
Bowles with the rebound. Hairston has it. She will pass it off to Haggerty. Another deep three, and that one nearly rolls in but rolls out. Rebounded by the Rock. Vinnick has it. She'll dribble drive in. And it'll be a turnover. Miner now up to Bowles. Bowles can't handle it, but she'll pass it back out to Hairston. Hairston has the ball taken away by Gillen. A deep pass from Ward to Gillen. To Long. Bella Long's jumper is good. Makes it 73-48, 5:14 left in the contest.
See, Madison Mertz is hopping off the bench, get ready to check in.
Bowles.
Nice.
Her turnaround jumper is good.
That's another example of when they can get Bowles onto the center matchup.
Bowles now with 18 points. That's got to be a career high.
I think so.
Setting a career high.
Great game for Sydney Bowles.
And then you got Peyton Grant with 12 and Haggerty with 11 for the Rams. Turnover. Rams will have it going the other way. Grant another three. That one's through. Peyton Grant with another three. She's now got 15 on the night.
There we go. See, don't turn the ball over. You get a rebound. Get out in transition. Good things happen.
Down low to Mitchell. Mitchell being guarded by Miner. Her shot is altered, and they're going to get the foul on Kara Miner, it appears.
That was good defense by Kara for the majority of that possession. I thought she played really good defense. I guess she got a hand in there at the end. She's checking out. It's Tarisha Miller in the game for the first time.
Her and Haggerty check out. Mertz and Miller come in. That free throw is no good. So Tharisha and Narisha Miller on the court for the Rams. De'Ara Hairston. Madison Mertz. And Peyton Grant. Be a foul there.
I looked a lane violation on Ward for Slippery Rock.
4:11 left in this contest, a 20-point deficit. Into Mertz. Mertz passes it to Hairston. Hairston gets a screen from Miller. Back to Bowles. Bowles' three is good. 21 points for Sydney Bowles, the sophomore out of Elkview.
Like I said, I thought coming into this season, coming into this game, Sydney Bowles was really the X factor for this team because I'd seen Megan Shipley in action. She was a starter last year, the only one left over. Kara Miner had seen her in action. But Sydney Bowles had barely gotten any minutes last year. And I'd seen her out on the court before, and I knew that she had potential.
Well, you say that, Megan Shipley only with 2 points tonight. She's 1 of 4 from the field, 0 for 2 from beyond the arc.
Right, it's been tough for her to get going.
And also Kara Miner only with 3 points, 1 of 7, 1 of 4 from beyond the arc.
Yeah, it's been tough to get them going, and Bowles has been able to pick up the slack for those two at least.
Along with Grant and Haggerty, all in double figures. Mertz to Grant. That'll go out of bounds. Believe it'll be a foul, and it'll stay with the Rams. Her third personal on Jada Ward. Or excuse me, Kaylin Vinnick. Grant gets the screen from Miller, then back to Hairston from 3. That one's no good. Rebounded by Long. Going back the other way now is Ward. Being covered by Mertz. Then to Long. In the corner for 3 is Vanek. Rebounded by Gillen, but it'll be out of bounds, so it'll be a Shepherd possession.
Like we said before, we see the spurts where this team looks like they can put something together when they're not turning the ball over. It's just that it can make that difference of just having that one player that can be a steady hand at point guard and play the majority of your minutes.
Bowles dribble drives in. Her shot is blocked by Mitchell, but I believe she was fouled. She'll go to the line, it appears.
And I think that was one of the other things. Aside from a true point guard, what this team, it was a question mark coming into the year, was who was going to be able to do stuff off the dribble on offense, drive into the lane. And so far, Bowles, with this game, looks like she can be that go-to player on offense.
Free throws up and good. Now up to 22 points on the night. And, you know, this is still early in the season. 6th game for the Rams. That one is rims out, no good. Miller with the rebound off the glass, no good. But, you know, for Bowles to have a 22-point night, it's going to give her confidence going down the rest of the season.
Absolutely.
Especially they play tomorrow night. Give her some confidence tomorrow.
For sure. She's someone that only saw action in a handful of games that got out of hand and some minutes here and there last year, but she showed potential in those minutes.
Shepherd nearly takes it away in Miller, but it's with 3 seconds on the shot clock, a deep 3 on the way. That one from Gillen, no good. And Hairston now to Grant. Grant with a 3. That one's off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Gillen. Down to Ward. Ward now to Long. Ball bounces off her leg, but kept possession, and it'll be a jump ball to go to the Rams. Shepherd back in action tomorrow. 5:30 once again when they host Edinburgh. We will not have the game for you. We'll have the Shepherd IUP Super Region 1 final from Indiana up in Pennsylvania. That's a 1 p.m. kickoff, 12:30 pregame.
And that's a huge one. Absolutely. Try to get another regional championship for the second year in a row. Hopefully they won't need the same kind of theatrics they needed last year.
Yep, 1:46 left in the contest. Slippery Rock 73, Shepherd 57. Mertz now to Grant. Grant's 3 is off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Gillen. Gillen now to Vinnick. Vinnick dribble drives in. Her layup is no good. Rebounded by Mertz. She can't keep the handle, but she gets fouled. Fouled by Vinnick.
Yeah, so this game got a little bit out of hand into the 20-point margin at one point, but they were able to be kind of feisty. Get that point outburst from Bowles here in the 4th. Make it a little more reasonable. Show some positivity going into the next matchup.
3 on the way. That one from Riley Bolyard, who enters the contest. That's no good. Bolyard getting her first minutes tonight.
It's a
sophomore.
Sydney Bowles last year scored a total of 11 points. She only played 52 minutes all of last season in her first season with the Rams.
She comes out of the game.
Yeah, so it was very sporadic time that she showed, but you could see even in those sporadic minutes that she had a good bit to contribute to this team.
Under a minute left now, a 3 on the way from Long. That's no good. Mertz nearly gets the rebound, but Vinnick has it. Now we're to Gillen. Gillen's layup no good. Rebounded there by Bolyard, so a positive there for her and her little bit of time she's getting this evening. Inside to Miller. Miller's layup no good. Rebounded by Gillen. Gillen out of Vinnick will slow it down here. Under 24 seconds. Shot clock is off. She'll just wait to end the ball game. 15 on the clock. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slippery Rock evens the all-time series at 2 apiece. Gets a 73-57 victory over the Rams. Slippery Rock improves to 6-1 while the Rams fall to 0-6. But Dylan, a lot to build off for this for Shepherd. We'll break that down after this 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll start the post-game show. You're tuned in to Shepherd Women's Hoops on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. Back in 2 minutes.
The holidays are for making memories, and Honda can help you make them. Whether it's a ski trip in a versatile HRV, a night out in a sporty Civic, or seeing the lights in a stylish Accord.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Make memories during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic SI.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Conveniently located right off 81 at 214 Mid-Atlantic Parkway, Mountaineer Grill and Pub offers many daily specials, including happy hour 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. with $2 domestic bottles and $2.50 domestic drafts. Monday night is trivia night, Thursday night is wing night, and Wednesday and Sunday night is steak night.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Hello, this is Mark Sutton of the Sutton & Janelle Law Firm. The right attorney can make all the difference in your case. That's why you should call Sutton & Janelle. We have been serving clients in West Virginia and Maryland since 1999 in the areas of family law, DUI, criminal defense, and personal injury. Sutton & Janelle works hard to obtain a favorable outcome for you at a reasonable rate with affordable payment options. Sutton & Janelle values your rights and is passionate about your success. Contact us today at suttonandjanelle.com.
Brown Funeral Home is proud to be one of the hundreds of veterans and family memorial care providers across America participating in the 13th annual Christmas Stockings for Soldiers and Veterans Initiative. From now through December 1st, please stop into the funeral home and pick up a free Christmas stocking. You may stop by the funeral home Monday through Friday between the hours of 9 a.m. and 7 p.m. to pick up your stocking to take home, decorate, and stuff with Christmas cheer. You will receive a list of recommended items along with the free stocking. Brown Funeral Home will deliver the stocking at their expense to troops abroad and veterans here at home in time for Christmas. Brown Funeral Home is located at 327 West King Street in Martinsburg.
Welcome back to the Butcher Center here. Some post-game action. We'll do a quick post-game segment. Then we'll take a 4 or 5 minute break, and then I'll take off the headset. Nick Verzolini will take over, and Dylan will stay here as we get ready for Rams men's action against Slippery Rock. But we'll break down this 73-57 win for Slippery Rock over Shepherd on the women's side. We knew coming into tonight it was going to be hard for Shepherd women to get the win.
Right, yeah, it's a completely new team from last year. Only a couple of people left over from last year's squad that was so great and almost knocked off the eventual national champions, Glenville State, in the second round of the NCAA tournament. But, they gave up a lot of turnovers tonight, a lot of rebounds. Then after the first quarter, they just couldn't really find a groove on offense where Slippery Rock was able to. They got Slippery Rock tonight had a lot of production from their bench. 14 points from Bella Long and 17 points from Christina.
Well, that's what Bella Long does, because she came into the game averaging 13 points.
Bella Long,
2 games.
Those two combined for 7 3-pointers. Bella Long hit 4 3-pointers in 8 minutes of play tonight. So that's a wild stat there to me. But I think you take a lot of there's positives to take from this team, especially Sydney Bowles tonight having 21 points. And like I said, 22 points, excuse me. And Peyton Grant having 15 on those 5 3-pointers. She's been a sharpshooter so far this year. Sydney Bowles was 8 of 13 from the field, 3 of 8 from three-point land, and 3 of 5 from the line. Added in 9 rebounds as well to go along with her 22 points. She, like we said, played all of 52 minutes last year for the Shepherd team. And it was really only, you might find this interesting, it was really only because of the pickup basketball I played at the Shepherd Wellness Center, where I had to guard Sydney Bowles a lot of times when I played with the Shepherd women's team over there, that I knew the potential that she had. For her to come out here and score 22 points in a game still was a little surprising for me, even with having that information. So, great game for her.
You would pick up basketball with Rams players. I don't know what it is. Didn't you beat Beeman last year a few times?
Yeah, I mean, listen, all-time record in one-on-one versus Abby Beeman, I'm 1-1. That's all. That's all there is.
Let's break down this game a little bit more. Kendall Haggerty had 9 points, 6 points for Peyton Grant. Sorry, I thought she had more points than that for some reason. I can't be right.
Yeah, Peyton Grant had 15 points tonight.
I'm looking at the wrong sheet then.
So this is just the second half stats. It looks
like.
The totals, Peyton Grant ended up with 15 points.
I've never been given just second half stats, ever. This is weird.
She had 15 points.
Yeah, I was like, there's no way.
On
15 points.
5 of 11 shooting.
Yeah. And we said 22 for Sydney Bowles, 11 points for Kendall Haggerty. And then, off nights for Shipley and Minor, 3 and 2 respectively. And, 3 points for Hairston off the bench, a point for Mertz off the bench. But that was all the scoring for Shepherd. But when you look at this team, I talked about them being a very good player, a very good squad when it comes to not committing fouls. 17 personal fouls for Slippery Rock, only 11 for Shepherd. Second chance points went to Shepherd. They edged them out by 1, 14-13. The big difference here was points off turnovers, 37 points to 6 in favor of the Rock. 16 steals to 4 in favor of the Rock. Bench points, 43 to 4 in favor of the Rock. 26 turnovers for Shepherd compared to 11 for Slippery Rock.
I mean, that's the difference.
That is the biggest difference.
That's the difference. You gave up over 30 points on turnovers. You only lost the game by 16.
Yeah, and this is going to be something that we talk about, is the improvement over time for a squad that wasn't really together more than 5 months ago. Not even that. You got to think about August. A lot of these players, late July, early August, a lot of these players were like, I'm going to come to Shepherd.
Yep.
Except for the remaining team that was here. It's going to take a while for your on-court chemistry during games to get there. And if you look from game 1 to now, I think you're starting to see some improvement.
Like I said in pregame, it's year 0 for Julie Kaufman.
Yeah.
They got to get a year to just get this program back on stable ground after the departure of Coach Eccleberry and your top 3 players from last year and a handful of role players to go along with those 3.
And the overall points, 73 to 57 is your final score. Shepherd and Slippery Rock. It looked like it was going to be a good one after one quarter. Slippery Rock was up 1, 22-21. Then Shepherd had a slow second quarter. Slippery Rock scored 18. Shepherd only scoring 7. Slow third quarter, 23-12. Slippery Rock outscored Shepherd. And then the fourth quarter, Shepherd started to put some things together. Outscored Slippery Rock 17-10. Slippery Rock had some reserves in, but so did the Rams.
That's been the trend so far for this team. Like I said, they're winless, but a lot of times it's just been because of 1 or 2 quarters out of the game where they just kind of fall apart a little bit, where they haven't had that steady hand. So they got potential. They've got potential.
Rams will be back in action tomorrow night, as I said. We will not have the game for you, but Shepherd Rams women's basketball looking to improve game by game this year, as they'll be back here in the Butcher Center tomorrow night at 5:30 when they host Edinboro. You can come out to the Butcher Center to watch that contest after you've watched Shepherd football play Indiana University of Pennsylvania for the Super Region 1 title. But that'll do it for this broadcast. We'll take a 5-minute break. Then I'll switch with Nick. Nick will come on. He'll do the men's game with you. The final score tonight, Slippery Rock beats Shepherd in women's hoops 73-57. For Nick Verzolini, Braden Schaffner, Colin McLaughlin back in the studio, Dylan Bishop, I'm Spencer Clee saying so long. After 5 minutes, a new stream on the PSAC Digital Sports Network. You'll hear Nick Verzolini along with Dylan Bishop as get ready for men's action between Shepherd and Slippery Rock. You're tuned in to Shepherd Hoops on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube back in 5 minutes.
This concludes today's coverage of NCAA Division II basketball featuring the Shepherd University Rams in the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. Our coverage was brought to us thanks to Bechtel Jewelers, Brown's Funeral Home and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, Hagerstown Ford, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Mirius Group of Ameriprise Financial Advisors, CMA Honda of Winchester, the Mountaineer Pub, the Neon Moon Tavern, Orsini's Home Store, the Palace Lounge, Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, Smallwood and Small Insurance, the Sutton and Janelle Law Firm, and WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Center. This has been a WRNR and TV10 broadcast. All rights reserved.